mine. Oh, wanting you to stay the night.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Disabled Team. I'm sure others will be with us shortly. I'm not sure about Mally. I don't know how he feels about that game, but we watched it, Dad, and we can't defend, can we?
Nope.
You know, I mean, he tried being defensive and have shackles on players, and it still didn't work.
So,
Where did we go from here?
I just think just play like we always do, go forward and just hope we defend. So
What hope we outscore more, outscore opponents.
that's all I can say really. Because it wasn't very good really.
We struggled a bit, didn't we? We really did. We struggled quite a bit, and you know, apart from that own goal by when it wanted that shot by Bamford, it wasn't even on target. It was an own goal by Pereira.
Well, yeah,
you know, I mean, I think you know, that game on Tuesday now is crucial. I mean, I thought this one was. I said if we lost this game, I thought we'd be heavily relying on other teams, and I think that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to rely on Leicester to be poor, and Everton and Forest.
Yeah.
You know, Southampton also be poor. As poor as us, basically. We can't buy a win, can we? We just can't buy a win.
No.
Do you think the honeymoon period's over now with Gracia?
100% it is. By a mile.
What about you, Lily?
Yeah, not good.
Two mistakes from Meslier cost us today.
Oh, definitely.
But then he pulled off a worldie.
Yeah, I did.
It's weird, isn't it? It's weird how it's happening to us. We only seem to play when we come out after in that. Mally's with us now. We only seem to play well when we come out when we were 2-0 down. How are you doing, Mally?
Shit, mate.
It's not brilliant, is it, Mally?
Nope.
We're going to have to hope that Leicester continue to sink like a stone, and we stay out of it on goal difference or whatever. I can't see us beating Leicester.
Well, it might go against the grain, but I hope we go down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go down.
Why?
Reset, so we can reset. I can't see where this next one's going to come from.
No, it's a bit of a kick in teeth, isn't it? I mean, he tried with restraints on players to keep us shaped to play more defensive, and we can't do it. We can't defend for 90 minutes. You know, we had Verba back. You know, it still didn't make much of a difference really. He did get some blocks in, and we did only concede 2, but again we conceded 2 like we have been doing all season. As average is about 2.5 or something every game.
Meslier, yeah.
Meslier, do you think it were 2 errors by him, Mally?
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
I mean, the first edition, I think they fixed it over bar really, first one.
Yeah. They could have put it anyway, couldn't they?
Yeah.
2 different mistakes.
Tom Rogers, mate. That was good. Solid defended in the first half, then we conceded a goal. On the plus side, we didn't collapse when Fulham scored, and we did keep going. Luke Legend, our cheese boys didn't much, but you needed something there. I think we did as well, Luke. I think you're right, mate. I really do. It's a bit gutted, really. I think Verba's persistence helps a lot. Still conceded goals.
I think he should have put Verba in middle and kept Firpo.
A bit toothless, according to Omani. Tom says, I think similar to Mally, I don't want us to go down, but staying up could mean years of this.
At least in Championship, we might have something to celebrate. We might get a win. I don't want another season. I don't want another season of this. If we stay up, I aren't watching them next year.
No.
I can't do with this garbage. Whether 49ers can change it around, I don't know. I'm half thinking that it's time for Gracia to go.
My dad said the same thing. My dad said the
Yeah.
same thing. He says the honeymoon period's over.
He ain't got a clue. As
How you
soon as
doing,
saw that
Kieran?
All right,
starting
chaps.
lineup,
How you doing?
Hey, Kieran.
got what we
Phil,
deserve,
hey,
Kieran.
Stuart. Hey, Mal.
Yeah, we've got what we deserve, mate. Didn't deserve out of that.
Nothing at all.
That was crap.
Hmm.
Championship.
I agree. We should be tied in the middle, as we don't have Adams. We can't keep relying on one player. You know what I mean? You know, at first it was Verber at the back. We've got Verber back now. It's Adams. You know what I mean? It's like we're looking for excuses for these players. What do you think to us going forward, Kieran? In that, you said, didn't you, that we'll be, you know, it'll be a cagey first half. You said that.
Yeah. I thought it was job done after the first 45. I thought it was job done. It was boring as. But they done nothing. You got to remember, Fulham didn't threaten you one little bit in that first half at all. You didn't really threaten them. And this is what Moyes done against Fulham. And it was boring to watch. It was a really horrible first half to watch. But it was job done on your part. You kept a clean sheet for 45 minutes. And this was the template I thought you'd go on with. And it just took one cross and one palm out from Melier, and all of a sudden you're 1-0 down. You know, really out of nothing. You know, it weren't some fantastic goal they created. It was just a cross into the box that Melier palmed straight to the guy who banged it in. And then, but I didn't think after that you didn't really have many answers. There weren't much threat. You never posed much of a threat to them, which you needed to do after that. Once you conceded that one goal, things changed, and you need to be a threat to them, and you weren't really. And I think that was the disappointing part. But up until then, you'd done the job. To me, it was to keep it 0-0 as long as you could, and then try and nick a goal, just to get something out of the game.
Well, I saw the Leeds United fans in the stadium, and they did not look happy with that performance one little bit.
You can't blame them. It's a long way to go to see that garbage, isn't it?
We discussed at the beginning of the match, keep a tight defence. I think we can't do that. We can't do that. I'm sorry, we can't do that. We need to go forward. I mean, that's what I think anyway. We need to go forward. We can't defend in front of Toffee. No matter what we do,
we're going to concede 2 goals every game.
We're going to concede 2 goals. So you might as well just. But that's me. I'm sorry, but
it was just 2 mistakes, wasn't it? It were 2 mistakes what cost us. You know, look, the Leeds, the players' faces. They know how bad that was. They know how bad that was, and what that result could mean. But yeah,
they obviously don't. They obviously don't know how bad it is. They didn't even try. Did they work the keeper? Did that keeper make a save?
Yeah, I can't remember. Can you?
No. But, some of those shots were wide, didn't it?
He made Rocker's free kick in first half.
Yeah, which was a fairly simple save, wasn't it?
And our goal was an own goal.
Yeah, it was.
Going wide.
Yeah, it was.
Very poor. Our Harrison lasted longer than 20 minutes is beyond me. They were non-existent. But I put it all on Gracia's door.
Yeah.
That was a terrible selection. Absolutely terrible. It was too defensive for me, and it didn't work.
That's the thing. If you go and do a defensive lineup like that, it has to work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I know when we done that against Fulham, if we hadn't have come out with that game with something, Moyes would have got slaughtered. Absolutely slaughtered. But he did get the result. He did get he got the bit of luck at the other end, and we did get the result. And
Garcia should get slaughtered.
Yeah.
Garcia should get slaughtered. He should.
You've got to get something out of the game if you're going to set up like that. And that's the point. That's the point.
We haven't got players. We haven't got players who can defend, especially over on right hand side.
Yeah, that's where they both came from, didn't they? Both goals came from that side, didn't they?
Yeah, Christensen can't defend and Cock can't defend. So you're snookered.
Yeah, but you know something, though, Mother? I don't get it, mate, because Cock were he were highly rated, highly regarded by German manager. You know, and normally with Germany, the one good thing they are good at is defending. Something's gone badly wrong.
We get a lot of players that are highly rated, don't we?
Yeah, Firpo were highly rated from Barcelona, wasn't it?
They seem to go down plan.
I'll just catch up with some of these comments, guys.
Yeah,
I thought that about Verber a few weeks ago, but you need to use Ayling and Firpo as wing backs.
Yeah.
That's down to the keeper's poor performance.
He was poor.
I'm not looking for excuses for anybody. I know you're not, Tom. I know you're not. But what I'm saying is, we need to stop. We as a fan base need to stop trying to find excuses for these players. We need to really, really say that enough's enough. We've had enough of these players. They're not good enough. They're not Premiership level. And I just think it's a step too far for them. Greenscreen said shocking. Totally agree. And need to defend better if you can't score goals. Can't defend, Luke. We can't. We can't even with Verber, Cooper. You know, we had two leaders on that pitch and we still couldn't defend. Need to defend better. Right, it's read that one. Sorry, everybody. Keeping in dropping 13 goals in 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
That's just over 4 a game. Yeah. Wow. Why is Nonto on the bench? Well, according to Garcia in his press conference, Verber's ready to go. He said he was ready to go.
Oh. Who are we talking about? Verber?
Nonto. He said that Nonto were ready. He wasn't ready up to that point, but he's ready now, he said.
Yeah.
So why didn't he? So there's no excuse for today for him not picking Nonto today. There's none whatsoever.
He hasn't got a clue. And that's why you should go. Give it back to Skabala for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
I agree with that 100%. Because he hasn't got a clue. He's getting worse, isn't he? So
we've had three years and we're going backwards.
Yeah, we are. We are, Malak. We are. Because we gambled on that first season, didn't we? We gambled that we finished 9th, which were a bit of a false season, really, because there were no fans in stadiums. No. And, you know, the club gambled that we had a good enough squad to survive for a few seasons without too much investment. That's what it was.
Well, it's the same as Fulham, isn't it? It's their first season back up. And look where they are. Be interesting to see where they are next season.
Yeah. Who else come up with Fulham? Brentford.
Bournemouth and Forest.
Bournemouth and Forest.
Yeah. Brentford and Forest, huh?
Even Bournemouth are playing better football than we are.
Yeah. Absolutely terrible. Yeah. Absolutely terrible.
No, you're probably on par now, aren't you? You're probably on par at the moment with Leicester, Everton, and Forest. Yeah. You're on par with them. They're all poor. You know, they're all in bad form. They're not scoring goals. They're not winning, and you're in that category now. And that's really happened over the last 3 games, isn't it? Yeah. It was looking positive for Leeds, 3 games ago, and now it's not. And I think you are in trouble, without a doubt. But you're lucky enough you have got 4
Tuesday will be a big game, Kieran. I think whoever loses that, I think Tuesday, whoever loses that game on Tuesday will go down.
Yeah, that's taken on a bigger significance now, Mally, isn't it? After this result,
And thing
because
is, it's at Ellen Road, so
massive.
it could turn toxic quite easily.
Real badly, yeah. Yeah, you need now. You know, I was hoping you'd get something out of this game, but you didn't. But the Leicester game, because they're the ones behind you, you can't let them have 3 points.
No.
You can't. The worst you can do is let them have a point. You know, and you'd rather not do that. But you cannot lose that game. You know, at all costs, you've got to win that game.
And that's the worry, Kieran. That's the worry. I spoke to you yesterday about it, didn't I, Kieran? I says, form is it a tap? You can't in a tap what you can turn it on and off. You know, confidence breeds form into players, and we've just got no confidence.
No.
I feel right. Look, I'm not making excuses up for Meslier. I'm really not. But he should have been pulled out at firing lineup after conceding 11 in 2 games.
Yeah, he shouldn't have started.
I've got a little bit of sympathy for him, but both the crosses, right? Because the first cross that came over, it's who's behind him, Werber. Now he needs a shout from Werber to leave it, so he can just head it out for a corner. Now, if he doesn't get that shout, he has to play at it, and he did. He played at it, but that defender needs to tell him to let it go. And if he doesn't get that shot, he has to put a hand to it. And I felt sorry. And the other one was the same. It was banged across quick. The boy had a boot in front of his eye line, so he had to get hands to it. And unfortunately, straight to one of their players who scores it. So I've got a little bit of sympathy for him on them too. You know, because there were 2 tough crosses to deal with. But the first one should have been simple. The Werber tells him to leave it. He heads out for a corner. End of story. But if he doesn't call it, he plays at it, and really he palmed it out poorly straight to an attacking player, and he got punished. Just to give him a little bit of defence, you know.
He said to Luke Legend, did Tom. Despite the results, I think our defending is better than under Marsh in the sense of more organised. A positive thing from today is that the team didn't collapse when Fulham scored. Leeds, in truth, who picks a team? Is it him or Rads or the Donkey? No, I think he picks the team, Dave. I think he picks the team, mate. I really do. Keeps Gracia at least under until end of season. Players need stability, no more destruction. Just my opinion. But I think the thing is, Tom, we're destructing the team by playing different players. Your back four is supposed to be a solid line. It's supposed to be, you're not. If you look at teams nowadays, unless there's injuries, your back four is always back four. It don't normally get messed about with unless it's to rest a player. I thought Kieran's 2-2 prediction was going to come true. Yeah, I said 2-2 and all. How mad am I?
Yeah. I was going. I think we got this right, Stu. Nearly once you got that goal back, I thought we're going to get this right. But they didn't offer much after that, did they? And I just thought he was a bit naive at the end there. They were giving away free kicks after free kicks, and you still had 8 minutes to go. And you were running down the clock yourselves by giving silly free kicks away. And I went, what are you doing, man? Just calm down. Take a minute. And no.
I mean, look at that corner we had. 4 corners on trot didn't go past the first man. And the corner.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand that.
Right. First 3 corners couldn't beat the first man. And you go, wow, come on. It's got to be a better delivery than that, surely.
And then the 4th one was a little bit better, but only just.
Yeah. I know, yeah. That was quite bizarre, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah. I think Campbell laughed at us when it was happening, I think. I think they were laughing at
I don't think Leeds fans were laughing too much. They weren't happy.
No, they weren't. No.
Right, Mally and Kieran. I want your honest thoughts on the two players. Aronson, Brendan Aronson and McKennie, please.
Do you want to go first, Mel?
Not to say about them. They were both crap. They were about as good as Harrison. And he were about as good as Meslier.
Yeah.
And he were about as good as Rodrigo. I could go on. It was shit.
Yeah. That's the first time I've ever heard you swear on the.
It's the first time I've come on after a game.
Yeah, I know. When we lose, I said to my dad, I'm not expecting Mallet to come on because I knew you would be impressed with that. I mean, I'm just watching an interview now. BT Sport are interviewing Gracia. He's got his arms folded. Looks like he's got the weight on his shoulders, and I think
he should have his bloody P45 stuck out of his pocket.
Yeah, I thought that McKennie was absolute dog shit. The game completely passed him by. I watched the first half with Kieran before he went to bed, and I said, I don't know what he's doing there. He was doing nothing. He was turning in circles and looking. I don't know what his role was. He was just ineffective from beginning to end. Absolutely doing nothing. Harrison weren't much better, but he was trying. But he just weren't that good. No. You know? But he was the effort was there, but nothing else. There were just no, both of them, honestly, no. Not good enough. And I think that was half your problem. You know, you've got midfielders there that are just not impacting the game whatsoever. And I was going, wow. That, especially that McKennie, I just thought the game just passed him by all night long. He was doing absolutely nothing.
The only shining light for me were first 10 minutes from Somerville.
Yeah,
he looked lively, didn't he?
They were very good. Apart from that,
I thought Cooper was pretty solid. In defence, I thought he was putting he's putting his body in there. He's making an effort. I thought he's showing a bit of grit or whatever. And the stat that our commentator come up with was saying he's been there through 11 Leeds managers.
Yeah,
which was quite shocking, isn't it? Wow, he's seen 11 Leeds managers at that club.
Cooper
he might see number 12.
Yeah, Cooper can be a bit rash.
Sure, I'm maybe 13 as well.
Yeah, we got two more lined up. Yeah, Moyes. It might see Moyes. You never know.
No, thank you. You can keep him. 141 York. 141 York says McKennie is getting away with murder, losing the ball with no persistence whatsoever around the pitch. The only impact he's had at Leeds is to collect yellow cards. It's not worth £3 million, never mind £33 million.
Is that what you paid for him? 33 million?
He's on loan. He's on loan. I think we've got an obligation. I think it's an obligation to buy if we stay up.
God, this club never learns, does it, about wasting money? It never learns, does it?
Another great bit of business by Mr. Orta.
Yeah.
He'd been over Augustine, what? Augustine.
John Kevin Augustine.
John Augustine, sorry, Johnny Augustine, yeah. One of them.
Tom Rogers says Meslier didn't look up for it when he went up the pitch for that final corner. Body language was very unconfident and casual.
And it was Gracia that told him to go up.
Yeah, he didn't do it off his own back, did he?
No.
We going down if we keep the keeper in goal. He's low on confidence. I agree with that, Dave. I agree with that. He's low on confidence, definitely. I can't say for definite we're going to go down, but it's not looking great. It's not looking great. Malcolm says first was Moore, second was
Meslier,
a cross shot.
First was Mesley, yeah.
Yeah. Second was a cross shot, which he stretched, and I would like to know why we were not goal side. Happened twice. Mesley saved us on that one. Yeah, he pulled off a worldie when he knocked it onto it was a free kick, and he got his hand to it.
In the bar, not too well,
Yeah, he had a bit of a mixed bag, but he's just low on confidence, guys. That's what it is. Overrated players, and we need to stop lauding them. I agree, Dave. I think we do. Look, I do think now the pennies, not pennies dropped. That's the wrong word. I think people have realised that it is down to our players. It really is. Harmony, are you listening to Mally? Malcolm, Aronson and McKennie can both leave. Neither one help the club.
No, they're not looking. That's just the third time I've seen McKennie, and every time, to me, he's offered nothing. There's nothing I can see that's potential at the moment. Now, I don't know whether I've just caught him at a bad time or he needs more time to settle in. I don't know, but that's the third time I've seen him, and especially tonight. He was missing, completely missing, and well, I didn't even know what role he was meant to be playing in there.
I think he's getting worse.
He weren't helping.
No.
Dave, a question for Mally. Mally, would you give the under-23s a go? Can't be any worse. What do you think?
I think it's too late in the day.
Yeah,
They should have been integrated earlier. I mean, he started putting Perkins and Joseph on bench, and then when his regulars became fit, they got dropped. So you can't just start putting them in, taking them out, putting them in, taking them out. They need that. They need that consistency. Whether it's the consistency of sitting on the bench, just being around the first team. But I think it's too late in there now.
Yeah,
we can only hope other teams below us continue to lose games like we do.
Yeah. Like, if you look at the games that are left, I mean, everyone at the bottom can, I think bar Southampton, I think they're gone. But the two places that are left to go down, it could be any of five, So you can still survive it because, like I say, I can't remember the last time Leicester won a game. And these results this weekend, the Leicester game and you playing Leicester on Tuesday, it's going to define a lot. They're massive. They're massive. If Leicester lose again, they're playing this weekend, then you again, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they play Wolves at 3:00. I think they'll beat Wolves, Mally. Kieran, I think Leicester will beat Wolves.
They could, but if they don't, what I mean? It's all up in the air. If they don't, you haven't. They've not gained any points on you. There's no givens with Leicester at the moment because they're fine. I think they've lost the last 5 or 6 games on the trot.
I think
do you think Dean Smith will get a manager bounce? I mean, I don't consider Leicester's game last week against Man City because every team's going to lose against Man City. But can they get a new manager? Do you believe in manager bounces, you two? Do you believe in it?
Yeah, I do. I do to a point. Because I do.
They're all playing to impress the new manager, aren't they?
Yeah. And sometimes just a breath of fresh air. It can be a breath of fresh air, because of it, especially if you've got players in the team that, aren't getting on with the tactics of that manager or how he's playing and whatever. And then a new guy goes in with fresh ideas. I might go, now,
that's right.
Yeah, now we're talking. I'm happy to. This is better. It just freshen it up, man. Look what he's done at Palace. Hodgson, God, they were sinking like a stone. He comes in, bang, 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 3 wins on the trot.
Yeah, that's right.
They look like world beaters. It can happen, and it does happen often. Whether that appointment, I'm not so sure. You know, that's not something that, you know, I think most fans would go, wow, thank God we got him. But it could happen. I mean, you'll find out later today, won't we? Whether it will.
I'm dreading it. I'm dreading these 3 o'clock games starting. I really am.
Well, we can't
reckon-
go into the bottom 3, Stu. So don't worry.
Yeah,
Not this week.
What I'm worried about is if Leicester get a win. Just say Leicester get a win, but how much confidence are they going to have going into that game Tuesday night?
A lot.
That's how it goes, isn't it? That's how it goes.
Because it can change anyone's season. Just 2 wins on the bounce. And if you can get them within 3 days of each other, wow, the league looks completely different, doesn't it? The bottom looks completely different.
It's frightening.
Right.
It's frightening. It's a frightening time at the moment.
Yeah.
You see, with West Ham, right? Regardless of what you thought about David Moyes, the one thing he's good at is defending. He's good at defending, and that's where our grip tonight is. We can't defend, and I think that's what's you can nick a 1-0 lead and then shut up shop quite comfortably. Leeds can't do it. They can't.
No.
We need to score 3 to even win a game. I think because we're always going to concede 2, Kieran. That's our problem.
Yeah, I know. That's what I've been saying for a while, and you can't survive like that.
No,
you know, I mean, if you base your game and score on 3 goals to win a game, you're not going to survive because you're not going to do it. I mean, you didn't really look. You never really looked like scoring a goal tonight.
That's music
you really
to my
didn't
ears,
look like
Kieran.
scoring. Huh?
It's music to my ears.
Yeah,
we're not going to survive. So I don't want to
You
survive.
can't survive like that. You've got to. I say the only way to survive is stop conceding goals. That's the only way you can survive. You can't do it by outscoring teams because you're not going to do it consistently enough.
No.
And like I say, you played tonight. You didn't look like scoring. The goal you scored was scrappy. Was a shot that was going off target, ended up being an own goal.
Mm-hmm.
That's and apart from that, really, their keeper weren't worked. He never had a shot to save. You know, there was no threat, and that's worrying.
I think they're just shot of confidence, and the pressure's on them, and they can't handle it. They just can't handle it for whatever reason. Whether it's the players,
can I ask
whether
you
it's
something, please, if you don't mind. How did you hear the Marcelo Bielsa chants from Leeds fans in that second half? They were singing for Marcelo Bielsa in that second half. Leeds United fans. I think we were 2-0 down by then.
Yeah.
We were 2-0 down and started singing Marcelo Bielsa. Is that going to have an effect on Gracia?
No.
I wouldn't have thought so.
No. It'll still be a shit next week. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Thanks,
The Muppets, aren't they? Would have gone down under Bielsa. I don't know what. I don't get them.
Yeah.
Bielsa would have taken us down anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, it's idiots.
No, look, they're probably when they see the defensive lineup and trying to hold on to it in a defensive minded thing. And like I said, it worked. Yeah, your first 45 minutes, it worked. Fulham weren't in the game. They never looked like scoring. Yeah, but you didn't either. But I expected that. You know, after I saw your lineup, I said, well, I think it's a smart move. But I suppose once you conceded and then conceded again, they'd rather go back to the attacking style and lose that way than lose that way. You know what I mean? The only time this works if you don't concede and you hold on for a 0-0 or you nick a goal. It's the only way it works, but you didn't.
I'm surprised they didn't change at half time. Yeah. Addison didn't have any impact in game.
No, he was disappointing, Malik. He was very disappointing.
It was terrible. Rodrigo very quiet. Aronson just kept falling down.
Yeah.
Somerville had his moments, but then he petered off after the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'd have put a completely new front four on at half time.
Yeah.
I'd have put Nonso, Sinistera, Bamford, and maybe Routier or somebody.
Well, let's catch up with some of these comments for you guys. Aaron is like a Jack Russell, runs and snaps at people's ankles. Other than that, don't know. We have a Grealish in the league. We don't need another jumping around all over the pitch.
Yeah,
that's from Squirrels. Meslier pulled off 2 great saves. One in the first half and one in the second.
I only remember one. Oh.
We've got no game winners, according to Dave.
No.
Yeah, that's a good point, that Dave. You don't at the moment. You haven't got a game winner. There's no one out there that stood out that was going to win that game for you. Or, you know, we're like we got a Declan Rice at the moment, and we might have a Paqueta when he's on it. Someone that can change the game and create something. I didn't see any of that tonight with Leeds. I didn't see anyone that was going to, you know, open them up or make that pass or hit a goal, a shot that, you know, to give the keeper something to do. I think it was missing there.
Thanks for information, Dave. He says Maddison's out for the Leicester game, which is a big relief for Leeds, really. He's one of their better players.
Is he out?
Yeah, it's out. It's Maddison, according to Dave. Hello, everyone from Lexington, Kentucky. Come on, USA. Come on, you Irons.
All right.
Malcolm says, don't know what you think, but we look more deadly and exciting when Willie plays out on the left. Moosini inside for Brendan. We don't need running. We need class.
We're running out of time.
Yeah, you need a lot. Yeah.
Need a Liverpool victory. I'm hoping that they'll get one. I really am. If they played out like they did against Leeds, they should get a victory. We can't defend. I don't agree with that. We defended well most of the game. The problem looks like a lack of confidence, no leaders, and no team cohesion. What do you think about that comment, Mally?
Yeah, confidence is the big one. Confidence is a big one, and they're under pressure. There's no two ways, no doubt about it. I don't know what if the crowd got on the backs or not. At 2-0, I walked out. I didn't see the third goal. I just saw it on playback. So.
According to 1414 Yorks, he says that those goals were not down to Meslier. That is the easy way out. He dealt with those crosses and the initial danger, but he didn't get any luck or help from the defenders.
Well, that's why I had a little bit of sympathy for him with them crosses, because he had to deal with them, you know. And like I said, if Werber behind him calls for the first one, he can leave it for him to head it out. But he had to play at it. The second one was even harder because it was pinged across. He had a striker in front of him with a boot, and he had to get hands to it.
I think the first one, he could have played it better. He could have
maybe, but it was full stretch. You know,
he could have upped it over his own bar.
When you see that defender behind him, he should be saying, she should be calling the shot, because he can see what he can't. And I just, you know, just to give him some, you know, reason to, you know, not blame him for everything.
Yeah, I don't get. It don't get up for me.
Jermaine, I mean, look, I think it's Jermaine Genus who commentates on BT Sport. He was commentator, and now I'm only going to repeat what Jermaine Genus said. Jermaine Genus says Leeds conceded 2 goals, and they were unfortunately down to Meslier. That's what Jermaine Genus said.
You don't parry a ball back into play.
It's at centre of goal, do you?
Put it over the crossbar.
Yeah.
If you're not sure, then just put it over your crossbar.
Get it out.
But the way that cross was, if he was right on his line, I agree with that. But that cross was coming out. He was stretching out this way. He couldn't have got that over his butt. Now, if I mean him back, that's nearly impossible to get that hand there and put it over your butt. I said the simple answer was for his defender to tell him,
to tell
Just
him,
let
look,
it go.
I've got it, leave it,
For
let
me,
it go.
for me, I'm looking at it like that as a defensive point of view. Just give him a shout, and then he don't have to deal with it. But I presume he didn't. If he did, then he played at it. Well, that's even worse.
Yeah.
You know.
If on another day, and if Leeds were in form, that would have gone. No, that wouldn't have fell at Fulham on opposition's feet. A defender would have been in way of it. It would have, a defender would have had time to react to it. With just our luck, it's just our luck at this moment in time. Martin, welcome to chat. He says none of them know how to pass the ball.
A lot of bad
Sounds like
decisions.
they're
It's bad decisions all over Park.
We were crap. We were rubbish. Sorry. Yep, we were, Martin. We were. Inky 1919. Whatever happens, come the end of the season, I don't want another season like the last two. There needs to be some. There needs to be some enjoyment in football.
Yeah.
That's why I said I wanted us to go down, because at least we'll get some good days.
You
might get your wish.
You might be getting your wish, yeah. But with new owners, Mally, haven't you got any confidence that we could see of an injection of players coming into the team?
No. What American owners are there in Premier League that's done any good?
Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
And you can say about the players as well. How many players have done well in Premiership? Not many. So,
Yeah.
The situation reminds me a little of the 1996-1997 season, which was terrible. But we had leaders on the pitch, players with character, and we stayed up. Why is Nonso on the bench? I don't understand that neither, Martin. I don't understand that. That's a manager choice that he kept him on bench. He wasn't injured or out like that. So I don't know. I can't answer that. I wish I could. Only Gracia can answer that, and I don't know if he will. Somerville went quiet when he was getting starved of the ball.
Yeah, after about first 10-15 minutes.
Marsh players was a big mistake for Leeds United. Marsh's signings.
definitely so. Not decent one. Probably Charlie Adams, probably, but that's the only one.
Well, that's if you look back, if you can go back further, since you've been in the Premier League, is there any signings you've signed since entering the Premier League that you go, yeah, that was a great signing?
Rafinha.
Yeah, and he's been and gone.
He's gone.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's it.
Verber. I think Verber's been a good signing.
That's losing.
Leicester are losing 1-0.
Lovely. Lovely. See, there's a start. There's a start, boys. You might not have lost anything. Yes, mate. Get it in. It's 4-0 by half time. Don't worry about that. Love it.
Matthias Kuhn has scored for him. Welford 14-14 Yorks. He commanded his right. Hold on a minute. Command box. He weak on crosses. He did pull off some good saves, and he did actually. Help me out, Malik. Could tell me something positive about Mesley here, apart from that brilliant save where he pushed it onto the bar.
He's French.
He's tall. He's quite tall.
He's a tall lad.
He's a good looking French bloke, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't think he'll ever play for France.
Go that far.
Yeah, I don't be French number one goalkeeper either.
No, he looks a bit like a Muppet, but he's not that.
I was trying to be nice, Kieran.
I'm trying to defend the boy, like, because believe you me, if Fabianski had done what he done, I'd be crucifying him. Don't worry. But I was just trying to help the boy out because, like I said, the boy, his confidence got to be shot. I mean, he's conceded, 13 goals in 3 games?
Yeah.
And a lot of them goals have nothing to do with him. It's what's in front of him. You know, he's under a lot of pressure being, in the back of Leeds.
It's the loneliest place on pitch, isn't it? It's the loneliest position on a pitch.
Yeah, it is, man. And and he's facing a lot at the moment. You know, he's facing a lot of shots every game.
But Gracia should have taken him out of that pressure.
So you got someone better to put in.
Yeah,
I think Robbles could do a good job. Christiansen could do a good job. That Robbles is that Robbles who won Wigan the FA Cup.
Okay, yeah.
Over Premier League games today: Brentford to win, Palace to win. I hope you're right, Tom. And Wolves to win. Well, Wolves are winning. Wolves are winning anyway, so that's a good thing.
See, told you. You said Leicester going to beat them, didn't you? I'll tell you. No, I don't think so. I think Wolves are doing all right. They'll dig out a win there, hopefully.
I hope you're right, mate. I do, and I
hope you're right because it helps us too. I want to keep them teams well below us. We're not safe yet either. So I'm not crying here. We're not safe. Far from it.
Have a go where you are, Kieran the rules anyway for definite. You've got games in hand, haven't you, as well? So.
One's against Man City though, so that ruins our goal difference.
Yeah, that's it. That's ruins that as well. So,
we play Man City. Haaland just gets another hat trick.
Well, hopefully he scores 2 in first half, and Pep does what Pep does and takes him up.
Yeah.
Takes him up at half time after scoring 2. That's all we can hope for. Right, Tom says, I have a feeling that Forest might overturn Liverpool.
No.
Or at least draw. But we'll see.
No, Tom. That's just got you're worrying there, Tom. You're just worrying that it might happen.
Yeah.
No, I think Liverpool should deal with them.
Malcolm says, I thought push it further down the goal line. No way would he have got that over the bar. I think it would have been out because he was coming out to it. How did it come in? And he put his hand up.
Remember, it was an outswinger. So there's only one. If he was going to get hands to that, there's only one way it was going to go, and that was out, back into play.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I'm not blaming him totally. It just doesn't look good because you palmed it out straight to the guy and he smashed it in. I don't blame him for the second one at all. I don't think there's anything else he could do. I mean, if you were to go back and slow-mode it, the guy when he palmed the second one out, then maybe it should have someone tracking him. He's standing there on the penalty area on his own. Who was tracking him? Who was following him into the box? There was no one. So maybe you could look at that and go, well, where was he? The midfielder.
People in this chat know, the people who, the regular people in chat will know that I'll go back, watch the game again, and if I'm wrong if I'm wrong on any points, I will correct myself. I will say that I'm wrong.
Yeah, same here. Like we've only all of us only seen it once. Yeah. But like I say, if we go back and analyse it, there could be other factors to these 2 goals.
I don't think that. I mean, look, I've always said a goalkeeper has 10 players playing in front of him. If it goes through his hands and into back at net or underneath his body, then you blame keeper for it.
But I think Midgley is getting a lot of stick because he's done some bad games recently and conceded a lot of goals. Maybe if he hadn't conceded them goals, he probably got away with this. You know what I mean? He wouldn't get the criticism. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong on that. So.
But and how many times? I'm not going to make excuses up for any player, but how many times do you know of a team changing their number 1 goalkeeper with 7 games to go for the rest of the season?
Only if they got bad injury. So I don't think I'd be shocked if he's changed.
American owners asset strip clubs. I hope you're on, Dave. Stu, don't forget that the Americans aren't new owners. They already have a large majority stake. Large minority stake, is it 44% the owners, and are probably involved in decisions already. Well, they were involved in bringing Rutty at club, weren't they? It was their money what they put forward to bring Woodsie to club. Now, I mean, I didn't know this, but you know Hoffenheim, where we got him from?
Yeah.
They bought him for £800,000. We paid 35 million. It's mad. It's crazy. Verber was not too bad. You know, Verber had a good game. And you know, I think there were one where he got Fulham were on break it first half, and he had no right to get back and intercept the ball, and he did. You know, and you know, I think Verber's one of our best defenders.
I think we had a good game. What Kieran said. Cooper, he had a very good game. Definitely. He showed me how well he played.
The players are not interested. When we go down, they leave the club. When they put us there, yeah, players don't hurt them as much as what it does with us, does it? Fans, they move on to a different club.
The only thing I'm frightened of, if we do stop in the Premiership, will somebody's players still stop with us?
Yes,
we
I'm
need
afraid.
we need to get rid of them.
Yeah, but it's not that easy. If you've got,
No.
I mean, you've give Harrison a new contract. Aren't they? I'm not sure if Koch has got a new contract or if they're negotiating to get Koch on a new contract. So that's two players stopping for definite. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think many clubs have looked at Messi.
They're not, Stuart. They're not forced to stay just because they've been given an extension.
Right.
All it does, it gives the selling club a upper hand to get a decent price. Like if he's only got 12 months on his contracts, then they'll most likely get him for next to no. But with a few years on his contracts, they can demand a higher price.
Yeah, because contracts for players now don't mean nothing. It's nothing to them.
No, it just affects the price.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it's a two-sided coin too. If you go down to the Championship, depending on what your wage structure is at a club, sometimes you can't even afford to keep them players because they're the wages are too high to be in the Championship. Yeah. So you do look to unload them players anyway.
Yeah.
Or unless you've got a built-in their contract, if you get relegated, their money goes down by 50%. Which I know there are some contracts like that. If you get relegated, they take a big wage cut. But
I think James Maddison's got that in his contract. Tottenham are willing to spend £50 million on him in summer with a year to go, but only if Leicester are in Premiership. If they go down, it's nearly half.
Well, that's that was Barcelona's deal with Rafinha, wasn't it? If we'd have gone down, they'd have got him for 25 million.
Right. Yeah. Makes a massive difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Tom Rogers says Kieran Nonchu is the best signing of all.
Yeah.
Pound for pound, yeah.
Probably is. Tom, yeah.
4 million quid.
Yeah.
Martin says, do we ship in 13 goals in 3 games with Marsh? No. I think it's hard to say, but I think it's hard. I don't think we've.
Do any of you think that you might have been better sticking with Marsh?
No.
I do.
No.
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
You do? Yeah. You, Phil?
No, but what I would have done first is got a manager who we could have got first and then got rid of him. But we didn't, did we? We got his 6th or 7th choice manager, which I mean,
yeah.
If you've got a manager in charge before Marsh gone, then I would say yes. No winning right. Yeah. And I would say get rid of him. But we didn't.
Someone lined up.
Yes. So we already. Yeah.
But what did I say to you? Leeds have done really well to get a manager who's willing to sign a short-term contract to end the season.
Yeah.
Normally, they want a 3-year deal, don't they?
Yeah.
There's loads out there that are coming short-term. Harry Redknapp, Martin O'Neill, Hodgson. There'd have been a few that have snapped Leeds up. Would
Harry Redknapp have done a better job with Kieran? Bearing in mind he's been out of management for 11 years or something like that.
Yeah, a long time, mate. Could he? He definitely improved the dressing room, without a doubt. He would definitely do that. He's one of them. He's a hands-on sort of manager with the players, down to earth, and I think he'd definitely do that. Whether he can get the best out of that team, who knows? Who knows? Because it's a tough job for anyone. When you look at that Leeds team at the moment and you don't see anyone shining, it's a tough gig, isn't it? Lucky enough, I think Harry Redknapp's the type of manager that would get the best out of them, though. I think he would. For 3 months, I think he could do a job for him.
Experience doesn't leave you, does it? Experience stays with you.
No. And we've seen that with Hodgson at Palace, haven't we?
Exactly.
But if you look at the other side of that, though, before Everton were one of the first to jump ship and get rid of Lampard. I think all of us, right, West Ham included, Leeds, we might have all taken Dyche, but will he save Everton? I think everyone thought he would as soon as he got him there. Everyone went, that's a good manager to get you out of shit. But will he? It's not proven yet. He's had a little bounce and then he's gone back to they started losing again. So he may save them, but it's no guarantees.
No.
Tom Rogers says, Martin, the last time Leeds were thrashed like this was under Bielsa.
Yeah.
Inky says, we don't deserve to be in the Prem, but let's just hope there's 3 teams that deserve it less than Leeds.
Yep. That's what you got to hope for.
I've only been disappointed in 3 signings under another. I've only been disappointed in 3 signings. Another, I'm so about another.
Okay.
Martin says, with Marsh, we were better than this. At least they seem to fight such as Bournemouth at home. David says 98% of us have renewed our season tickets, and this is how they repay us. This defensive attitude is not our style. It never has been. Dom Revy would turn in his grave. Malcolm says that's his point, Kieran. Only one thing to say that is on Rads and the donkey if we go down. I think it's on the players as well, Dave. I think it's the players as well. But the board haven't helped you spot on. I've always said, the board don't get escape any of our disheartened how we're feeling about the club at the moment.
Don't you think they've supported the manager in the windows?
Well, we spent in January because we have to.
We spent heavily in summer. We spent heavily in January, and people are slagging the board. And the people are slagging the board off.
But we spent what we brought in, Mally.
Don't matter.
Not spend was something like 2 million.
We still spent.
Well, yeah, but 2 million for a Premier League club, knowing that we've had defensive issues since we come into Premier League. I think the Routier money would have been better spent elsewhere, personally.
But that's all right in hindsight, isn't it? It's easy to look back and say we should have done this and we should have done that.
We all know that we needed. We all know that we had problems at the back from season before, and this is where my beef is with the board. They said
that isn't the board's. That's the manager's fault. It's not the board's fault. If the manager says I'm okay with my back, with my squad, I'm happy with my defensive part of my squad. It's this position that I want strengthening.
Yeah.
Then I could only go out and say, okay, fair enough. I'll look for a midfielder for you. I'll look for a left winger for you. I'll look for a right winger for you. So it's that managing. It's not that all the board do is provide the money. They don't provide the positions, that's down to the manager and the director of football.
Marsh definitely got the players that he needed. He wanted
I don't
the
know.
Red Bull brand football. He got the players
Yeah.
that he wanted, didn't he?
Maybe so. But that's what I'm saying. You know, it's up, the manager can identify the players. The director of football then has got to go find them.
Yeah.
And then the board has got to stump the cash, which they did. So I don't get all this sacking the board business, because they supported the manager in both at windows.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was a chairman of a club, the owner of a club, and I would have a word with the manager. So why would I buy that player from? Well, we've got nothing that area. We need to
Yeah,
defensive.
but we wanted to change the style of football, didn't we? With Marsh, we wanted to go down Red Bull style football.
It's not the owner's place to question the players, is it?
You're probably around, Mal, but why should we get all attackers and no defenders? I don't understand that, mate. I would, if I was a manager of a club and I saw Leeds defence, I'd concentrate on the defence, mate, not anybody midfield or attackers.
And that's the point. That's the point I'm making. That's the manager's choice, not the owner's.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's strange that, because Moyes done the opposite of what you did. We thought we were in dire need of attackers. We didn't have once we got rid of Allaire, we didn't have a centre forward. We had Antonio only. And when Moyes, when you look at his signings, what he signed, he signed a load of players, but he signed a Gerd centre half. He brought in Dawson centre half. He brought in Zuma centre half. He brought in Emerson left back. He brought in Soufal right back. He brought in Souček defensive midfielder. Right? This was his. No, we need to shore up at the back first before we worry about the front. And we're jumping up and down. Yeah, that's all very well, but give us a centre forward. We ain't got no one. And it's weird, but because he's that defensive minded, his major signings were more defensive than they were attacking at the beginning. You know, so till Paquette and Scamacca come on the scene, then he didn't know what to do with them. So
it always sort of sticks in my throat that some fans have got short memories, and they forget about Chilino, and they forget about Bates and GFH and all this crap that we used to have. And because it ain't going our way, which it isn't, they've got to look for somebody to blame, and they're blaming the board.
Yeah, that's usually the case.
There's nobody to say that the 49ers are going to do any better.
No, I see what you say, Mal, but you better off, like, the blame has got to be on the manager himself. Because you can sack one manager, you can't sack any players, can you?
But hang on a minute. Yeah, right, you right. I'll stick up for Gracia here.
Yeah.
Gracia inherited this team.
Yes, it is.
He did not get the chance to bring in any players he wanted.
No.
He was brought in after the window closed.
Yes, 100%.
So this is what I'm saying. Don't just point the finger at Gracia, because he inherited this mess. Why Jesse Marsh got sacked? Because of his results. So it's not like it's something new with this manager. We've always had bad results.
Yeah, I understand that. But what can he do then? He
tried it today, didn't he? He tried to put the shackles on us going forward and spend more time in holding his shape. That's I know, but so what else can he do? He's tried the attacking, he's tried the defending. Yeah. What else has he got left to try?
He must be some way. If he's a good manager, he must have some form of tactics, mustn't he?
Well, he might think he's had a win because he tried the defensive way today, and he only lost by 1 goal instead of 5. See, Moyes would see that as a win. Right?
Christian said he's diabolical. William, who is collecting his pension, turned him inside and out, and all the freedom of London town to put the crosses in. He did have He did. We said that, didn't we, about Christiansen? Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, though, you shouldn't underestimate Willian. That boy's still got a turn of pace, and he's still quality. He really is.
He big man. He big man for that.
He's a good
I thought Harry Wilson had a good game
had a
for
good game,
Fulham and
yeah,
all.
Wilson, yeah, he did.
William kept being out wide, and Christiansen was inside. It was too easy for them. Bandy says, with a strong attacking lineup, we would have pushed them back. We did not have enough. We did not have a strong team until it was too late. Martin says Cooper played all right. I agree with you, Martin, and I agree with you, Bandy. It was too late when we started playing. Tom says Meslier, not just that he has letting goals. I think De Gea has letting goals, but still commands confidence. It's a presence and confidence issue. Jamie Carragher said he looks like a kid in goal. Best results go our way. Bet results go our way again. Massive game v Leicester. Totally agree. Green screen. Rutter should have gave a chance. Properly, not bits. Not a lot to lose now on the wing. Yeah, and why do you think we are playing Rutter, Melly?
No idea, mate. He obviously thinks that Somerville and whoever else he decides to play is better. Maybe he doesn't treat Rutter as a winger. He might look at him as a centre forward or a. I'd play him instead of Aronson.
Yes.
Personally.
See, I'd play me instead of Harrison.
Yeah, I don't think Rutter is. I don't think he's a winger.
No.
As
See, a
such.
lot of people do. A lot of people do think Rutter's a winner, don't they? A winner.
Was he on the bench?
He was,
Yeah.
Okay.
Inky says we've got no assets to strip. Yes, Kieran. I think we would have been better to stick with March.
Do you, Tom? Yeah, I just wonder because like Manny said, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but I just wonder whether Marsh was that bad and whether you jumped too soon or not. But
I think it was fan pressure. Fan pressure.
What, to get rid of March?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't work for us, Mal. I've been trying to get rid of Moyes for 6 months. It didn't work. But
trouble is, Radrizzani does give in to the fans, don't they? You know, it's done on a few occasions. You've already mentioned the badge.
Yeah.
And as soon as the fans went up,
I think the trouble is with Marsh, though. Would you agree that even when you signed him, it weren't greeted with a lot of fanfare by the fans? I don't think they were that impressed.
That would be. It will also be Bielsa.
Yeah, and that as well. Yeah, trying to replace him.
It was just that he would, unfortunate that he were following.
Yeah, but if you had signed Pep Guardiola, that I think they would have forgiven that. Went, oh well, thanks Bielsa, thank you very much, but old Pep. But Marsh seemed a bit underwhelming, didn't it, to follow Bielsa?
Yeah, I think Bielsa was the main problem. I don't think it was the fact that it was Marsh.
Okay.
I think it was the way that Bielsa got sacked.
Yeah,
A lot of fans weren't happy with.
Fair enough.
Leicester have equalised.
Yeah, they've equalised with Leicester.
Really? No. Stop.
David O'Leary, he was a manager and a half. That was my era, Mally, but I can remember fondly with David O'Leary.
Yeah. I don't think he won. I don't think he won anything though, did he?
No, but to be fair, I mean that Champions League, that knocked the stuffing out of us. What happened there, didn't it?
Yeah, that was right. Yeah, that was Ridsdale trying to buy trophies. That's why we went down.
And that's why we were in for a lot of financial difficulties. Tom Rogers, the 49ers have been involved in every board decision since they invested. Harang Materia, that is the vice chairman of Leeds United, second in command to Radzali Gracia, and brought in by the 49ers.
Yeah, I think they funded it, didn't they? I don't know if
Marsh
they're
is
choices.
what about Marsh is a fish-eyed fool and possibly mad. I don't know how he got past our board. 14-14 York. I wonder if he's going to be out of the frying pan and into the fire. I wonder if it's going to be out of the frying pan and into the fire with them.
See, a lot of people forget that Marsh kept us up last season.
Yeah.
But still choose to insult him at the opportunity.
We got rid of Marsh, and they should have had another Premier League manager lined up, proven manager. It seems it was the case of Xavi was the only one available. I like Xavi, but starting to question his team and subs.
Yeah, I agree.
Squirrel Grills, to be fair, Xavi Gracia is a decent manager, even at this level. If you'd asked Watford supporters, they'd have him back in an instant. Board have spent money on rubbish. The international break knocked us off the track with injuries. I thought the international break were a good thing because we had time to get some of our players back from injuries.
Yeah. And regarding the board spending money on crap, that's not the board's fault. That's the sporting director and the manager's fault. We're just going around in circles.
Inky 1990, let's go for the 4 clubs below us. I think Southampton are down, yep. Leicester are lower than Forest, but have quality players, so can't say at this point. It all depends on how if Dean Smith and Shakespeare can get a tune out of them. Continue. Forest, sadly, I'd like them and probably down as they lack quality. I wouldn't wish Marsh as on his booty team. I think the threats to us are Everton and Leicester. I agree, Tom. Leicester are 4 points behind us, and if they lose today, it's not looking good for them, despite their quality. Christiansen was okay first half, keeping tighter, but as normal, we lose our formation and give too much space at the back. Tom Rogers and Inky are having the right conversation with each other. I think it's between us and Everton and Leicester as well. That would leave Everton, but they're 17th, depending on results. The situation may not nearly be as bad as it looks.
Yeah,
Inky,
it's all about other results.
Yeah, they're having the right conversation with each other. Yes, I think the same, but what could throw it all into chaos is if Forest win at Liverpool. I have a feeling in my bones about it. I do have a feeling in my bones about it. Peter Lowry is the Australian billionaire who is also part of the 49ers enterprise and on board as well. So basically, the 49ers have been half the board all this time anyway. Doesn't that Peter Lowry, he owns the Westfield Centres, doesn't he? What you see out and about. I think Christiansen has potential, needs time to adapt. Same as Aronson and McKennie. The real issue is recruitment strategy at the club. 14-14, exactly. The Americans as saviours line is exposed as hollow when we look at the details of the cooperate control. Tom Rogers, Liverpool are all over Forest at the moment, 85% possession. God, I've got loads of comments. Yes, they are quite right, Tom. But my point was we needed a Premier League manager for a Premier League club. If we go down, it could if we go down, he could be brilliant. Leeds didn't want Bielsa to go either. Squirrel Grills, he was the Premier League manager at Watford and did okay there. They'd have him back. I'm not saying that he's a great manager. Kieran, on Marsh, it's not hindsight for me. I said the same thing at the time, and Mally is right. It was the fan pressure. Sorry.
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
Malcolm says, I think Xavi should go out and check the corner flags. If the wind is blowing, leave Brandon out. He called it soccer. Ridsdale was an umpty. And final comment is, to be fair, Marsh a lot of games we were the better team, but we didn't finish. When Jesse was sacked, we were a few points clear of relegation zone and a game in hand and a goal difference of only -5.
Yeah.
So he's backing it up with stats as well. He's, you know what I mean? And that's what I like about this channel. But, you know, we've got some good, knowledgeable people. And that's right. We had a game in hand and a goal difference of only -5.
Yeah. We'll never know.
Right.
No.
Well, look, guys, I think we'll start wrapping up. We were only supposed to go about half an hour, but you know what we like. Once we start, we don't stop. Thank you very much for watching this edition of Disabled Team. Before we go, as always, Kieran, before you go, have you got all you want to add?
No, mate. No, mate. You just battle on to the next one. For you guys, it's hopefully Wolves get up tonight and do Leicester. Because the last thing either of us want is Leicester winning tonight and then beating you during the week. That would be disastrous. So let's hope you can put a performance in against them midweek. That would help us too.
Yeah, I mean, I said to you, Kieran, didn't I? Imagine us doing an extra time show where you're talking about Premier League clubs and we're talking about our bloody Championship clubs. It'll be a long show. It'll be a long-ass show with that. Bring Marsh back. I don't think he'd come back, and I don't think the players would want some of the fan base will want him back, unfortunately. I hope the Hammers win the Europa Conference and stay up, Kieran. I do and all. I do and all.
Yeah.
Squirrel says thank you all, and Martin33 says thank you, lads. Enjoyed it. Yeah, it's been a good chat. It's been a good chat. Kieran, Malik, have you got what you want to add to it, mate, before we go?
No, I think I've said enough, mate.
You have spoke a bit today. For you?
Spoke all in anger.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet.
No.
There's 3 worse teams, believe me. Just hope they keep losing. You might be right.
Yeah.
It might boil down to that.
I'm looking at these results at the moment, and I can't see it.
It's getting worse, is it?
Yeah. Well, everybody's drawing at the moment.
Well, we managed that didn't we, for first 45 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It all changes in the second half.
Yeah,
right, mate. Lily, what do you want to say? Have you got anything to say to you? If you was nothing.
What? You don't want to stick. Sure, you don't want to stick the boot into West Ham again, Lee, to tell us what's the next game we're going to lose? You sure? Yeah.
Man, a few words, but very talented. That's what I say. Cheers, Inky. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this edition of Disabled Team. There's only one thing left to say. It's a goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
All the best, lads. Bye-bye.
Yeah, cheers, Kieran.
Take care. Try
All the best, Mal.
your weekends.
See you later, Kieran.
Yeah, I do. Farewell. Catch you next time.
Yeah. Sleep well, mate.
Take care, everybody. Goodbye.